I love anime when I was younger. So I love those, like Japanese visual kei style, Lolita style, and those kind of sweet, cute stuff. Yeah, I just want to be pretty.
I think I've seen one of your posts where I'm like, I have that.
We might be buying from the same shop online.
We might.
CutieSpectives is presented free of mid-roll ads, thanks to the support of viewers like you.
Hello everyone, welcome back to CutieSpectives, sharing the perspectives of people all throughout the LGBT spectrum. I'm Jasmine Page, and today I'm welcoming another very special guest to the show, Crossdresser Model and adult entertainer, CutieMei.
Hi everyone, I'm CutieMei.
Thank you so much for being a part of this show. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you for having me here.
Alright, well let's start out with a few icebreakers. Why don't you just introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is CutieMei, as you know, online. Sometimes I refer myself as Li Mei Ling. My Chinese name. So, I'm a crossdresser, as you know, and I create content like adult content. Yeah. So. Yeah, but I try to go like different roads nowadays. Like I try to do something funny if I can.
Yeah, I do love that you post like entertaining like content every now and then. Like I check out your Instagram stories sometimes and like I chuckle a little bit.
Yeah, I try not to get too adult in Instagram because they have new policy and stuff.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
But no, it's a nice change of pace from like some of like the adult content that you do create, because I know you like to dress feminine and wear different outfits that aren't pertaining to like the lewd stuff anyways.
Yeah, I actually really love this kind of like cutesy feminine outfit a lot.
A lot of our aesthetics kind of like correlate with one another. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it is. I didn't like I do adult content but normally I dress up cute, so it's like two different worlds.
In your particular field, adult content creation or modeling in general, what is your experience with the LGBT community?
Locally, I don't think there's any like really public community that show their face and fight for the trans right, because over here is a little bit hard to do that without getting into trouble because of naturally Malaysia is quite what you call that? What's that word? The Muslim religion is a little bit more
conservative,
close,
right?
So they don't really. Yeah, I'm not Muslim. I'm Chinese and I'm Buddhism. So in our religion it's kind of okay, but like for Muslim they don't really like this kind of thing. So we try not to get on the bad side by not, don't bother them. So no, we don't bother them, they don't bother us. I think that's most of the mentality of people over here. That's why we don't really have a public open like LGBT community here that really voice their concern and fight for their right. They might be, but I don't know any. I only know like some cross-dressing friends that just cross-dressing, and then some trans friends. But never really talk about want to fight for the rights or whatever.
Right, but despite this, I do happen to know that you have like quite a few people within the LGBT community as friends, like online and stuff.
Yeah. Online, like you is one, and I know a lot more. Mostly, I get to know them online, like this, Instagram, Twitter, and long ago before this is what you call that? MySpace.
Oh my God.
What Flickr? Post photo last time. So yeah. I get to know some throughout the websites and stuff.
Right, with knowing that and knowing these people through online interactions, how do you think the LGBT is represented, the community is represented in the fields that you are experienced in?
I think in like this adult industry, in this field, LGBT is kinda it's celebrated, and people are open and really. I say there is a market for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So recently there's a lot of adult industry. You have normal one, and then you have gay, and then you have trans. Everything it all just work together very well. It just depends on what you want, what you like, and you can pretty much search for it online. So
Right.
yeah, I think it's people accepting it actually, despite all the problems that people thought we have in the outside and the rights and stuff. But I think in adult industry, maybe because it's like secluded and closed in, normal people can't really get inside here unless they want to.
Mhm.
So they can't see like inside here. Actually, we are quite chill,
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
way.
I mean, look at us. We're just a couple of chilling cuties right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and recently there's like a award going on for transgender adult entertainment. I think they even have like those gala or whatever thing, red carpet for trans community also. Like yeah, so I didn't really follow that much. I only know a few. So
Right.
at least they are doing something good.
Yeah, exactly. I hope everything goes well for those individuals. In your opinion, what are your thoughts on the LGBT community as a whole?
I don't know. For me, whether you're LGBT or you're a normal person, you are a person. You're just a human. So I don't really have any like thoughts or whatever. For me, it's like I just see everyone as a normal human. So
Yeah.
I don't like really categorize them like this. Like yeah, I know you're LGBT. You want to categorize yourself LGBT. Okay, fine. But I'm still gonna talk to you like a normal human. So
Like anyone else.
I never really think about you're LGBT, and then I feel you're special or something different. Even me myself, I don't see myself as something special or whatever.
Hmm.
But yeah, I just feel we're just human. We are human, and we're just struggling to survive.
Yeah. That's a very humanitarian outlook and very like positive and optimistic. I do love that vibe.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty much it's like that. I mean, I guess just be all interesting people, beautiful people, friendly people.
All right, so let's move on to your profession. How did you end up creating adult content? Like, was this ever a goal of yours, or is this something that you just kind of fell into?
Okay, it's kind of something that I fell into. It's not really my goal. Okay, I need to go back to where I started
Mhm.
long ago before even Facebook or Instagram exists. I just take photo of myself dressed up, because I love to dress up and everything. And I just post online. And then I got attention and people like it. And then I'm, when that thing happened, you get a sense of euphoria and stuff. And then you're happy and then you want to do more, So yes, then naturally I do more. And then I realized that those spicy content tend to get more attention, compared with normal clothes, even though I try to do like both sides. And then back then, this kind of social media and things are very experimental, and there's not much. I mean, there are rules for profanity and things, but other than that, there's not much rules what you can do or what you cannot do. Yeah, pretty much I just post photo, try don't review too much, just wear sexy and stuff, and those get more attention. Like yeah, in the adult industry also, there isn't any category for this kind of thing, like crossdresser or trans.
Mhm.
And I think there are some people started to run some website and stuff to like gather around a few crossdresser to like so that they can sell their photo. And then I just joined for fun, and then things kind of start from there. And yeah, and then some people ask me, can they buy photo of me in, can they buy like more spicy photos and stuff? So yeah, and then from then things kind of go more towards that kind of direction. Yeah, and then I end up yeah, and now what am I now? What I am now doing this kind of thing, like kind of like for the money and for the attention. Not, I can't really say it's not that I don't like it. I mean, I like it, but it's not really something that I want to do most of the time.
Right.
So yeah, it's for the money, basically.
Yeah. Exactly. It's an occupation now. I mean, it is very telling to see that, like, that sort of validation. It feels really good for someone who's like trying to like present in a opposite gender that they were assigned with at birth. The validation and everything does feel good at up to a certain extent, you know. But speaking of like where you are now, I think you are one of the top, and this is probably because like not a lot of LGBT is celebrated around Malaysia, but I think you're like one of, if not the top cross-dressing content creator from Malaysia. Is that accurate?
Um, maybe I guess because there aren't any. I mean there are some come before me, but I don't think they go loud like me.
Yeah.
I go loud and I go, yeah. There are a lot of crossdresser and you know, trends over here, but they decide not to reveal themselves so much. I know a few friends that they actually open a shop and then they help crossdresser to dress up and take photo. They are, but they tend not to be too, you know, loud about it,
Right.
or they more target towards local people here. So maybe that's why like overseas can't really do that. But for me, because I know my target audience are not from local,
Yeah.
so I like I try to post my posts, and that's why I post in English, and then tend to like target in the US and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why you can see a lot of people over there know me, but no one in Malaysia other than crossdresser friends know anything about me.
Oh, okay. That's a very interesting perspective to see. But seeing you and having like the amount of followers that you do now and all the like fans and stuff that you have, how long did it take you to reach such success?
Okay, I start posting in Instagram since 2016, I guess. Yeah, so it was long ago. It wasn't like that. The numbers are low in the beginning, but I don't know. I just consistently post photo almost every day. Then there's one time I think suddenly some photos like got a lot of attention. Then yeah, so naturally people flock in. But I don't know. I feel some of the numbers are not really correct because I have that much follower, but I don't have that much likes on my post. So it's like it's really weird. I'm not sure what's going on over there.
I think Instagram is just like being really weird lately because like have had the similar experiences lately with the platform.
Yeah. And a while ago, I think a few years back, there's a problem with Instagram. I mean, I don't think it's just Instagram problem. I think any other social platform has this problem where you can kind of buy follower and buy likes. You know, there are people that come to me. I mean, the DM and ask me whether I like to buy likes or followers. Of course, you know, I don't want that. I want natural, you know, interaction and stuff. But I guess I don't know, because of those kind of things. Oh yeah, and that person that offered me, he actually like did a demo. He asked me. He said, "Okay, I can show you. I can show you how it works." He just take one of my posts. Instantly, he added 100 likes for it, just to show that this work, and then you know to get my attention if I want to buy it. Okay, but here's the problem now. He do that, and then Instagram will think people like that post, and then Instagram will start to share out, right? And then more people will look at it, and then more people will like it. So I guess that's the point. It started where I start to get a lot of followers because of that. It's like I'm not I didn't buy anything from him, but he kind of helped me. So it's weird, but
It could be a little problematic with those kind of things too, cause like, yeah, you get like a small bump for like a post or two, but like they're like bottom line, they're bots. They're not people like little people like interacting with your content, and that's why I always like tell people to like be wary of those kind of like scam, kind of
yeah.
personnel reaching out to you.
So it's like nowadays my follower number is decreasing. I guess Instagram is like trying to filter out those bots account or whatever. So I'll just let them do their thing, and then I just try to do my own thing, post whatever I like, just as usual.
I think you're doing like a fantastic job, like holding out on your own. Like you don't need like to buy, and no one needs to buy followers or likes on any platform. But with that being said, do you actually attribute your gender expression as a big reason why you have found such success on this avenue of content?
I don't know. I just do what I want to do. I just be myself most of the time. So I guess just being myself is kind of what people like to see. I don't know. Some people like. I know there are a lot of content creators online that they tend to be different personality when they are doing their content and stuff.
Yeah.
And when they're in real life, they are different. I maybe I made a bad decision regarding this, that I try to be real when I do things online, but sometimes it tend to create a problem where people think like, oh, that's what you do, that's what you like, so I mean you're like that because you do that, but sometimes I creating I do it because I just acting it out and stuff,
Yeah.
for money, So now it because I sometimes show my real self, sometimes I act, so I think it kind of create a blur line. The line between like acting and fake is kind of blurred. So it is a problem for me, but I don't think it is a problem for anyone else that like to watch my content. But yeah, I guess it's just people think that I am being me and I'm being real. So I guess that's the appeal.
Yeah, exactly. It is like the best thing for a content creator to be authentic in what they're creating. A lot of people, like as you mentioned, a lot of content creators, they end up like putting on a persona that they share with the world, and it's not always accurate. It works for some people, sure, like good for them and everything, but like I feel like it's best as a person, as an individual, to always remember who you are deep down and never let the content creation kind of like absorb yourself,
Yeah, but I do want to point out that acting out a persona is not really a bad thing, It's also, I mean, what you see on the movie and same thing, they're just acting out persona. So
Yeah.
it's just, I guess it's just a different way to present, to do their content. It's just different ways, so there's no right or wrong.
Yeah, of course. It works for different people. I myself have even in previous videos like acted like silly or whatever that I probably wouldn't act like in person, but it is always like important, I think, to not let that persona consume who you are individually, and like remember who you are like in person and stuff. And with that being said, actually, you step out of the house dolled up every now and then. I think you mentioned earlier that you're going for a walk after this. Whether this is for content creation or otherwise. And I know you mentioned that not a lot of people in Malaysia know who you are, but was there ever a moment where you've received some sort of recognition in any of these outings? Like, has a fan ever approached you?
Okay, there is one time in a comic convention a while ago. There's someone that actually come to me and say, "Are you CutieMei?" And I was pretty surprised that actually someone could recognize me. That one fan, he recognized me and then he take photo with me. I think during that time, because I follow a lot of local anime stuff, and then I went to conventions. So yeah, I guess like youngsters that go convention kind of notice me, so they like, hey, but of course that person is not that young,
Right.
but yeah, I mean that's only one time somebody actually like, oh, are you CutieMei? So yeah, that's like the one trend moment. Just that one time. Other time, yeah, other time like when I walk in the shopping mall and stuff, there are people who, yeah, there are people who complimented like, oh, you look pretty. So yeah.
Yeah. It is really like fun to when someone notices you. Like it's happened a couple times for me as well. I think once at a Pride event and a couple times at conventions as well. And it's really nice to like meet some of your fans too. Like I bet if you lived here in America, like you would have like received so much more attention probably.
I guess I think so. Maybe because I think people over there know me more than people over here. So yeah.
All right, but speaking of like your adult content career, you also do like modeling through Instagram and you take photo sets. You're very consistent with like uploading reels and stuff. A lot of this stuff can be really taxing on individual, especially like with the consistency that you do it and to the level that you do it too, because like I really like your posts. Like the lighting is really nice, you know, you have like these cute poses, all these outfits that you have. Do you have a specific routine when it comes to maintaining a healthy body and mind?
Drink more water. Asian mom always said this one thing: drink lots of water, plain water,
Yeah.
no bullshit in your water, plain water. Or at the very least, green tea if you want to have some flavor in your water. Okay. And anyway, jokes aside, I mean that's one thing. Drink a lot of water, and of course eat healthy. I try to balance my meal whenever I can. And I really seldom eat sweets and like I don't know, like junk food. I mean, I do have them sometime, but not often. What else? Sleep. Have enough sleep. I
Yeah.
don't sleep. I don't sleep late. And then recently I went out and have a job every morning on the weekend, which happened like just now in the morning. About 7 o'clock, I went out and have a 45-minute job. Yeah, so I've been doing for yeah, yeah, I have been doing that for a few months. Yeah, I have a goal. I want to get rid of my belly because I don't know if you guys noticed. Recently my body has been slimmer, and then my face is slimmer because I have been doing exercise a lot and try to control what I eat. So yeah, I guess that's the important thing that you need to do if you want to maintain healthy body.
Right. And what about like keeping the taxation like from your mind, all the stress that like could potentially come out of like doing these kind of things?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm quite a happy-go-lucky person. I don't really have much stress even in work. I mean, because I guess I separate my things. When I work, I think about work. When I come home, I totally forget about it. Just totally ignore whatever in the work, and I just play video games, dress up, or whatever. So I guess like yeah, doing things you like, and don't overthink. Uh, be be sometimes be ignorance is good. Try don't worry so much. Like I don't know, like when you're driving, somebody like maybe something happened that made you angry. I know some people might go like like curse and stuff, but for me it's like fine, okay, you do you go here, bye. I tend not to to think too much about those kind of things because we are all just human and we all make mistakes. So yeah, I don't know. Generally, I'm quite positive. I guess I do have my down moment. For the past few months, like since last year, about September until December, I was quite down. So, but I after talk with friends and stuff, I'm better now. But I think generally, yeah, I tend not to think so much. Tend don't overthink. I guess it's easy to say, but yeah, but that's what happened to me. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a very healthy like outlook to like just continue to be optimistic and just kind of ignore like the bad things that are happening sometimes. Not be completely ignorant of it, but acknowledge it,
Yeah.
but don't let it like take over yourself. I think that's the healthiest thing that you can do.
Yeah. I think that's important. I mean, it's not like you don't care about it, but
Yeah.
you know that it's there, but it doesn't affect you so much because you still have your own thing to do.
Right, so moving on, I just want to say that I know I mentioned this earlier, but I always loved like your style, like our two kinds of like sense of fashion kind of correlate sometimes. I think we even like own some of the same clothes. I think I've seen one of your posts where I'm like, I have that.
Yeah, I think we might be buying from the same shop online.
We might. Do you have any particular influences on what you like to wear?
Okay. Pretty much is like Japanese style.
Hmm.
I love anime when I was younger, so I love those, like Japanese visual kei style, Lolita style, and those kind of sweet, cute stuff. Back then, I don't have the money, or I don't really, I'm too. It's hard for me to get those kind of thing over here. But nowadays it's easy, so yeah.
Mhm.
And this is one of it. I just pretty much like anime and stuff, Japanese fashion back then, like during the 2000s.
So you would say like a lot of Harajuku fashion, like kind of influenced like your style and everything, right?
Kinda, yeah. But I'm more towards sweet, elegant style, I guess.
I know you mentioned that I think in one of my comments that like you're also a fan of Infinity Nikki.
Oh yeah, of course. I've been playing it non-stop every.
Yes, I've been playing it like literally every day. That's like the cutest freaking game ever. I've been so inspired by so many of the looks in it.
Yes, and that really teach us a lot about fashion, huh? How to mix and match and stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
It's really nice to see like a model that you can like customize and everything and see what works well with other things. Like not only like accessories and colors. This is not sponsored, by the way.
But I do play Nikki game even before Infinity Nikki. So yeah,
Right.
it has been. Yeah, I also learned a lot of fashion from there, like their styles and stuff. So yeah.
It's really cool that like a lot of media nowadays does depict that kind of stuff, that we can really be inspired, and like anyone could be inspired by this. You don't even necessarily have to do the kind of things that we do. It's just like it's there, and if you like it, like it's there, you know?
It's very easy for you to get anything you want nowadays. With our internet so advanced compared with like, I don't know, 20 years ago.
Right. And it's really cool. It's really connecting the world and like exposing everyone to like these new avenues of like ways of life and everything. I'm really glad that I'm born in this time, you know?
Yeah.
But what attracts you in particular to this style of fashion?
The cuteness, the femininity. What's that word?
Femininity,
Femininity.
yes.
Yeah, and yeah, I love like lace and stuff, frills, lace, and yeah, I guess it's also a little bit fetish because my very first ever dress that I wore when I was younger, that kind of made me discover I like dresses are my it was when I was about like 5 or 6 years old. I took my sister like really pretty princessy dress and wear it, and then it start from there.
Well, being pretty isn't like necessarily like a fetishistic thing. Like I know like some people have that sort of stigma when it comes to like someone dressing in the opposite way, but sometimes like you just want to be pretty and it just ends there, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much like that. I just want to be pretty. I don't really like, I don't consider myself a trans or whatever. I still consider myself a male that just like to dress pretty. So yeah,
Right.
that's where I stand.
A lot of people like us are compelled to wear ultra feminine clothing. Like, I mean, both of us currently are dressed like really ultra feminine. Would you say that your draw towards ultra feminine fashion stems from this desire to appear as feminine as possible?
Yes, of course. And also, I just love dresses.
Everyone loves dresses!
To hell with male's clothes. Okay, if I can, I will wear this
Totally.
every day.
Yes, same. With that being said, though, what are your thoughts on the distinction between masculine and feminine clothing?
It's really hard to say because I mean, like, you know, something like a t-shirt, it can be feminine, it also can be masculine. So
Mhm.
I guess like the details, like you know, like you know, girls' dress tend to have laces, but then again, men's clothes also have lace sometimes. So
The distinction is hard to make sometimes. There is like a thin line, I feel like. There's like kind of this gray area where a lot of clothing can be gender neutral. So, like, with that kind of thought process, do you think these styles should be considered gender specific?
I think they shouldn't be gender specific. You can just dress whatever you want. I mean, that's that's the ideal world we wanted. Everything you just dress whatever you want. Yeah, but for now, I don't think we are there yet. So yeah,
We are getting there. I feel like, at least here in America, like there's a lot of like really influential and creative like people who are kind of pushing the boundary between like more finding more gender neutral things. I know a big person lately was Harry Styles when he wore like his dress, but even back in the 80s with David Bowie, like, and how he would present and everything. So there
Yeah.
are a lot of creative people who, and even Billie Eilish for like people of like cisgendered women wearing more masculine things. Like, people are pushing the boundaries creatively in two ways that are showcasing that putting gender labels on clothing is kind of almost an old-fashioned way of looking at things.
Yes, and then yeah, you guys in America has the best people over there to do this kind of thing. Over here is hard. I mean, there are people who do like this, but they usually get into trouble by doing that. So it's hard for us.
I really hope things like change over there for the better, hopefully. Like, it's really hard for especially someone like me, like growing up where I am in Southern California, where it's very liberal over here. It's really hard to see that kind of perspective of like other countries and how close-minded like some of the society is about these sort of issues.
You have a point, but I do also have to mention one thing that I mean, it's just I guess it's just different people or different religion or different political view on this kind of thing that we just try to respect, I guess. You know, I mean, they don't stop us from dressing up, but we just try not to, you know, be too how to say, don't get on their bad side, so they don't come to us and stop us from doing what we want to do. It's that
Right.
more that kind of mentality. I think most Asian country people are that kind of mentality. It's like, okay, fine, you let us do whatever we want to do, and then we don't disturb you, you don't disturb us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, as long as I can do what I want to do, then it's fine, you know. And we are not against the law and stuff. So it's harder for Muslim to, you know, be open and dress up like me compared with other religion, because Muslim are more, they have strict rules that need to be followed. So I mean, I can't help much about that. So, but other than that, it's all right.
With that being expounded upon, is your desire to present the way that you do more of a lifestyle choice, or was it more to sort of amass a following?
For me now is I can say in the beginning I love the attention, so I do it. But nowadays I just do what I want to do in my life. So I don't really care if people follow me because I dress up or not. You know, if I can, I mean, I can't be doing adult things forever. I'm getting old, so well, one day that has to stop. So now I'm just doing it because I like it and I just want to be like this before I getting old or before I die or whatever.
Right.
Just want to be myself.
Yeah, and I feel like you can still continue to be the way that you are, like, even when you're old and stuff. Like, I have seen some slayin' grannies before. So with that being said, would you continue to present this way on your own if you have never posted yourself online or didn't have your fan base that you currently do?
Of course, I'm still going to continue to do this. It's what I wanted myself to be, and it's what I like to do. Dress up feminine, dress up like a girl. So yeah.
So this is more of like a lifestyle decision on your part.
Yeah. I've been like, you look at me like this, but it's been a long time I'm hiding this from my family, with my mom and dad. Only like last year I opened up to them regarding this.
Oh.
Of course, being Asian family, they don't really like it, but they also don't really oppose me because they really say, you are already adult to do whatever you like. So yeah, I mean, it can be tough, but it's okay. I mean, I can manage myself.
Right.
I just want to be like this. I mean, I don't 24/7 dress up as a girl. Sometimes when I go to work, I still dress normally because my workplace, it's not that they don't allow, it's just that I've been working there as a man throughout my life, so it'll be a shock if I suddenly change to be like this. But well, slowly we'll see.
Yeah, that's left to be said. There are many individuals out there around the world who don't see cross-dressing as a lifestyle decision. You know, they see, the first thing that comes to mind are fetishists and people who create pornography and the likes. These are typically the first things that come to mind when society thinks of cross-dressers, and making it a passion that is kind of frowned upon in certain societies. Do you think the kind of content that you create, this adult kind of oriented content, propagates the stigma in certain people's minds that cross-dressing and, by extension, other LGBT expressions is nothing more than just a perversion?
I do worry that, I mean, I know most people would think cross-dressing are something bad or transgender are something bad. But I do know that there are people who see it like, it as a normal thing. So how to say? It's like there are normal porn that involves sexy girls, but you don't see girls as not all girls are doing porn, and not all the girls are like horny and stuff like that. So I guess it's the same thing. But yes, the stigma is there because maybe the first introduction of cross-dressing to the world through the internet wasn't really a good, like the first impression wasn't good for some people, I guess, that it created that bad impression. So yeah, but I think if people who have good impression about it, they will sure think that it's okay and stuff. But what I do whatever I do, I'm kind of worried it will make people think in a bad way, but it is something that I have no choice, I guess.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of, it really depends on like the consumer and the people who are like going out and witnessing this content, because as I said in like a previous video, lewdness is in the mind of the lecherous, where you've heard the expression, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I have another expression called lewdness is in the mind of the lecherous, where like people who are looking for these kind of like lecherous behaviors and have this kind of like lewd intentions, like they're going to see that first and foremost. Like no matter what you do and what you showcase, like even for me in my content, like I don't really do anything super promiscuous. Every now and then I would do something a little flirtatious, but most of the time I just try to like present as cute as possible. And I'm like, oh, you know, like wearing this dress, for example. Like I would probably have a comment on my Instagrams with some guy saying, oh, you look so sexy in that. It's like, I wasn't really trying to be sexy, you know? It really depends on, like, especially because a lot of our fan bases are probably male, and a lot of males tend to objectify like feminine presenting individuals. So it really depends on like the person in my perspective.
Yes, you're right.
So would you ever consider quitting adult content creation?
I did, like I mentioned just now. Maybe one day, maybe when my financial situation is more stable, that I don't need the money from there to, you know, support anymore, then I will quit. You know, but I still think it's a long way to go. So
Right. So support CutieMei while you can. Go to their links. Links in the description.
yeah. Links in my profile, my Instagram.
So do you have any advice for people like us who are pursuing modeling or adult entertainment?
Okay, for modeling, you just do what you like. You know, just remember who you are. Do it because you like it. As for adult entertainment, don't be like me. I'm just kidding. You know what you want, and then if that's really what you want to do, you know, do adult thing is okay. Just have a clear goal what you want to achieve, and yeah, just be yourself. I guess. Yeah, be yourself. Don't be influenced by those people that those horny people that ask you to do this or do that. No, do what you like.
100%. All right, that about wraps up my questions. You know, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Remind everyone where they can find you.
I'm mostly active with my Instagram. My Instagram, just search for CutieMei, CutieMei. Yeah, I got that. I got that username because I'm early in Instagram. So yeah, what else? Yeah, just look for me in Instagram, and then everything else you can search for it inside my Instagram. So I don't want to promote anything adult here, so.
All right, well, thank you so much again. Please check them out in the link in the description. Show them all the love and support. This has been CutieSpectives. I'm Jasmine Page, and I'll see you again with another special guest next month. Until then, take care of yourselves and have a great day.
Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to share your perspectives down in the comments below and let me know who you'd like to see in a future video. See you next time!